everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. This is part 12 of my Victrix Miniature series, and in this particular episode we are taking a look at my Spartan force, and especially the Cavalry, which I've worked on over the last week. So in my last video we looked at the Athenian Cavalry, and as promised got the Spartan Cavalry done, but we're also taking a look at a big unboxing of my next project. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. So in comparison to my Athenian force, my Spartan force is a little bit smaller and not as complete. As you can see on the right there, I've still got all the bases to do on the Sciritae and also the Spartan troops here. Now, I've had a bit of a problem with the Spartans, and that is that there's only two types of bodies which have bronze armour, or a bronze armour chest piece. So you have this one type, which is from the Greek Hoplites set, which is the latest release for the Greeks from Victrix. And you also have this standard bronze armour chest piece here. Also, you only get I think it's 6 capes in the Athenian set, and you know, to create a large force of Spartans to look like this, it would cost a lot of money, and there'd be a lot of wastage. So what I've decided to do instead is to keep these guys as like the bodyguards to the command. So I do have another 8 of these, which I would like to get built and painted at some point. So in total I will have 16 bodyguards. And then I would like to do some like home guard or hearth guards Spartans, which would be using the regular type of armour, which is, you know, you've commonly seen it in my videos. This standard armour here. And also I'll be using helmets with like the crest as well for those. So that's my kind of plan for them. But yeah, anyway, what you've mainly come to see today is obviously the cavalry. So we're going to have a deeper look at these guys now. Now they are a lot different to my Athenians. And there's a lot of red here, maybe a bit too much. One thing I haven't finished is the capes. I just need to do all the edge highlighting. But besides that, they are complete. Oops. So I've given them all the Spartan shields here. I can't remember what episode I mentioned them in, but it was one of the earlier episodes of my series. But I'll highlight where I bought these from. But it was from a person on Etsy, basically. Yeah, so we had a look at the horses last time. I pointed out that I've done all the eyeballs, just putting a bit more detail in. Now I've given all the main guys a helmet with a crest, all the same helmet, because I want my Spartans to look uniformed. The only one that's different, obviously, is the captain here, or leader. So yeah, that's those 3, and this is this 3. Yeah, I'm really pleased how they turned out. I do like how the shield contrasts against all the red that you see. The light and dark reds, I think, work really well, along with like the darker horses. I still prefer my Athenians cavalry to my Spartans. But I do like how these look, especially from the side. You know, you can see all their shields. Yeah, I think they're very cool. So very happy with those. And again, just a quick comparison here. So you got the Athenians on the right and the Spartans on the left. So you can see there's a lot more character on the Athenians, but you can't really do too much with the Spartans because this is their uniform and their colour scheme. So I've done the best I can here, and yeah, I'm quite happy with them. Okay, so like I said, there's going to be a bit of an unboxing here, so I'm just going to clear a space because it is quite a big box. So yeah, just bear with me 1 second. Oh, before we get into it, this is just a rough piece of terrain which I made using some foam board and a few texture paints and a couple of cheap trees which I bought off Amazon. If you guys like this and would like to know how to create it, leave it in the comments, and perhaps in a future video I will do a tutorial on how to make these. Right, so I'm just going to zoom out a bit for this. So, I've got a big box here. I've had to scribble out my name and stuff. It's going to be hard to get this on camera exactly, but... So I bought this about a week and a half ago. It's preparation for my next videos. So what we got here, right, so first thing I want to show off is the Macedonians. So this is my next kind of project. I may not start it straight away, but this is what I've been highly anticipating building and painting. So yeah, very excited to showcase this. So this is the Macedonian Phalangites, and you have 27 models in here. So not as much as you would get in the Greek sets, however it's perfect for what I want it to be. So have a look at the back. Again, standard sort of instructions we're getting used to with Victrix. That's fine. And a couple of different poses you can do here. Different examples of the models you can build. I'm just going to briefly go over each parcel that I have here, and then we'll open them up and go into deeper detail. So to accompany the Phalangites, we have the Hypaspists, which were like an elite force of Macedonians who protected the flank of the phalanx. And in this particular set we have 24 models. And again, a few examples here. And the last set of models I've got are the Macedonian Greek successor heavy cavalry. God, that's a lot of words there. But anyway, we have 12 models in here, so exactly the same amount you would get in the Greek light cavalry. And again, we have 3 different examples here, and different types that we can build them as. So you can have the Thessalian noble cavalry, obviously like the successors, or the companion cavalry, which Alexander the Great used as his main shock force in his army, and they accompanied him head on in the front of the army. So that's all the 3 parcels, packages of miniatures there. We also have some transfers to go with them as well. So I have these ones here, which are for the Hypaspis. We have the ones for the Phalangites, and also some banners which you can use on the cavalry. Now, the reason I've gone for golds shields is because I want to try and recreate how the army looked from the film called Alexander. If you haven't seen that film, I highly recommend watching it. I think it's a very underrated film, and it's a great depiction of Greek armies and warfare. So yeah, that's what I'm going to kind of try to do, is to recreate what they look like in the film. So yeah. The one thing I didn't get was war elephants. That's something I will get in the future, but I didn't want to get too much and get overwhelmed. So right, so first thing I want to jump into is the phalangites, because this I think will be the first set that I will be working on. So let's have a look here and see what we got. Right, so to me it looks like all of these sprues here are the same. I didn't expect much variation in these kits because the phalanx is very uniformed, and the Macedonians are a very military orientated peoples. But you do have one sprue here, which is the command sprue. So I'm just going to zoom in a bit here for you. So we've got some really nice helmets here. A few crests there, different sized and shaped shields, a couple of arms here. Here you have a kind of commander-esque pose, very nice, with a cloak on the back. Nice bronze armoured chest piece. I think this guy here is the guy who plays the trumpet. A couple more heads. As you can see, you have this this type of helmet, which is very common in the Macedonian forces, but also with the Thracians as well. Okay, and this body I believe is with the banner. It's very nice to have a banner here. Yeah, I think that's going to look great. But you also have a couple of legs with trousers on, and this would be for the later years of Macedonia, where Alexander the Great has died and its successors are fighting you know, for his empire basically. So that's when they started to incorporate trousers, I believe. So yeah, very nice there. And then the standard kit here of the troops. So you have the Sarissa pikes, which are a lot longer than the normal spears, and I'll be talking more detail or giving you more information about those once I get these built up. We'll be covering a lot more history of the Macedonians. So yeah, most of the poses here typically the same, which is fine. A few variations, but mostly the same there. And then the helmets, which I think look great. Now I've read a lot of comments of people who bought this kit. They do say that these spears are quite fragile, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful when building them. So yeah, there's quite a few sprues of those guys. So yeah, that's quite a nice kit there. Now let's see the difference between the hypaspis and the phalangites of this kit. I mean, one thing you could do with this kit is, if you didn't want to use them as Macedonians, you could quite easily incorporate them into your Greek army. Yeah. Right, so the first kit, as I said, the hypaspis basically protects the phalangites from the flanks. So their spears are a bit shorter than the pikes, you know, for faster and easier manoeuvrability. But yeah, they generally wore this type of helmet with the I guess they're like plumes on the sides. You got some nice looking helmets here as well, which you could use for your Greeks. Nice kind of plume here. This reminds me of what I used on my Thespians. Yeah, a few more crests. So yeah, it's good that they give you the option to make them as Macedonians or Greeks or even successors. Yeah, very nice there. Now I'm just going to see if there is a different sprue in here. I think there is at the bottom. Yes, there is. But again, I think this is the same as the Phalangite's command sprue, which it is, yeah. So we don't need to go over that, but that's cool. Right, and the final kit of today's video is the Cavalry here. And this is probably the most interesting kit to me. One thing I knew before buying this was that the horses were going to be the same. Unfortunately, I would have liked a bit more variation compared to the Greek cavalry, but it's fine. I mean, there is a slight difference here, actually. There's one horse that you get in the Greek cavalry, which you don't get in the Macedonian one here, and that one is... so this one you get in the Greeks, and it's got like these little triangle bits around the side of the saddle, if you like, and you don't seem to get that in this kit, so that's the only difference I can see. That's fine. And then onto the main sprue. Got 4 of them here, they're all the same. Might have to zoom out a bit for that. Right, so we have some capes, which are always welcomed. We got some nice armoured bodies here, and perhaps this would have been good to use with my Spartans in hindsight. Yeah, that would have been good to do. However, it is what it is now. So yeah, we got some swords and scabbards here, another banner, and we have some javelins, which is nice. And what we got here, got a sword arm, a couple of shield arms, I guess, and some plumes and a crest. And then onto the top half here, we have the Sarissa pikes here. Got a lot of arm options, so you got the coppice arm there, trumpet, and like shield arms. And then finally all the helmets again. Really like these helmets, and I can see a few helmets which I used on my Thebans here. So yeah, that is all the kits that I'm currently working on, or will be working on, sorry. I do want to tighten up my Spartan force a bit and get them kind of finished. So in particular, like finishing these guys off, starting the next lot. Yeah, just generally going from there. So I'm not sure when my next video is going to be. It won't be next week, unfortunately, because I have a lot to think about and a lot to plan and build, paint, etc. So just bear with me, and please be patient while I try and figure that out. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. I've enjoyed painting all the models and showing them off to you. And yeah, I hope you're having fun with this series as much as I am. And yeah, look forward to see what we do next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.